Okay, and we're back. Alright, so yeah, start at the top, back of your mat. Tap your feet down, big toes to touch. With your knees nice and wide. Walk your hands forward, bring your forehead down to the ground. Start a little scatterbrain today. Relax your forehead down to the earth. Just gently rock your head side to side. Massage your forehead with your nice center. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Send your hips towards your heels. Feel free to leave this passive, and this is always available as a resting posture, so if you ever need to just take a break in the class, just come back to child's pose. Feel free to also make this active by pressing your hands into the earth to send your hips further down towards your heels. If your hips don't really have anywhere else to go, you can bring your hands together, palms together, bend the elbows, bring your thumbs between your shoulder blades for a tricep stretch. You could even grab your blocks and place your elbows on your blocks for this tricep stretch to increase the stretch. A couple more deep breaths here. One more deep breath in. And out. Slowly come back up. Set your blocks aside. Place your hands on come up to tabletop. Place your wrists directly underneath your shoulders, knees directly underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide, tops your feet down to the earth. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly down, turn your gaze up to the sky, arch your tail up. And exhale, cat pose, arch your back up towards the sky, tuck your chin to your chest. Tuck your tail underneath you. Inhale, cow, belly down, gaze high, draw your shoulder blades together and down your back. And then exhale, cat. Arch your back up towards the sky. Feel a stretch along your spine. Spread the shoulder blades apart from one another. Those are 3 more rounds of cat-cow on your own. Feel free to even out your sides if you're taking any variations. Shift your weight into your left hand, inhale your right hand up to the sky. And then exhale, thread the needle, bring your right arm underneath the left, right shoulder down, right ear down. Rest your head down to the ground. Option, just leave this passive and just relax here. Option, stack your left elbow above your left wrist and press into the ground to increase the twist of your spine, or to take a half bind to wrap your arm around your low back, reach your right inner thigh, and gently pull on the leg with your left arm to increase the twist of your spine. Either way, take a deep breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Bring your left hand back down if you took the half bind. Inhale your right arm back up to the sky, and then exhale it down. Inhale your left hand up high, with your weight in your right hand, and exhale through the needle. Left arm underneath right, left shoulder down, left ear down. Again, option to leave this passive. Option to make it active by pressing your hand into the earth, or take the half bind, wrap your right arm around your low back, reach for your left inner thigh, and gently twist by pulling on your left leg with your right hand and arm. 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Relax your right hand down to the ground. Inhale your left hand up to the sky. And then exhale it down. Reach your right foot back, reach your left arm forward. Point your left thumb up towards the sky, point your toes directly down to the earth. Parallel your hips to the ground. Inhale your big toe and your pinky down to the earth. And then exhale, let them both, your thumb and heel up towards the sky. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 2 more. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. 1 more. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Bring your hand and knee down. Switching sides. Reach your right hand forward. Reach your left leg back. Thumb up towards the sky. Toes down towards the earth. Inhale your pinky and your big toe down to the ground. And exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. 1 more. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Hand and knee down. Shift your weight into your left knee. Inhale your right leg out to the side. Parallel your shin to the ground. Maintain a 90-degree bend in your knee and your ankle. Inhale your knee down to hover above the ground. And then exhale, float it up towards the sky. Inhale down to hover. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, up. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Bring your right knee back down. Shift your weight to your right knee. Hover your left leg out to the side. Parallel your thigh with the ground. Maintain a 90-degree bend in your knee and ankle. Inhale, draw your knee back down to hover above the earth. And then exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 3 more. Down. And up. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. And 1. Down. And up. Bring both knees back down. Feel free to shake it out a little bit. And then walk your hands forward, 1 hand print. Tuck your toes underneath you, hover your knees up off the ground, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. Let's send your chest toward your thighs, spread your fingers wide. We're going to bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Let your right heel sink down towards the earth. The balls of your feet stay on the ground. Right where they were. And then switch. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, so your left heel low. And switch. And switch. We're just waking up the calves and hamstrings, preparing them for the rest of the flow. And switch. And switch. Alright, send both heels down towards the earth. Send your chest deeper towards your thighs, and your thighs towards the back wall. If you find you have a curve to the spine, bend your knees a bit to remove some stretch from your hamstrings and find your flatter back. Take a deep breath in. And out. With your gaze between your knees or your feet, walk your hands back to your feet at the back of your mat. Spread your feet to shoulder width distance. Ragdoll pose. Let your head and arms hang heavy. You have couple options here. You can either just stay here. You can grab opposite elbows, creating a box shape with the arms, and letting your torso tick and talk side to side. Your arms and head just dangle. It's the torso itself that moves. You also have the option for a chest expansion, to interlace your hands behind your back, keep a micro bend in your elbow, and send your fists up overhead for a shoulder stretch, chest expansion. You feel a stretch in the front of your rotator cuff, your anterior deltoid area. And if you need to, you can grab a strap, a towel, your shirt, and bring your hands up to that if you can't get your hands together behind your back. Just another deep breath in. And out. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Release your hands down. Slowly roll up to a stand. Let your head be the last thing to come up. Draw your hands together in front of your heart and close your eyes. Exhale all of your air. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Bring to the forefront of your mind whatever you might wish to dedicate today's practice to. This could be something for yourself, something for someone you know and love. This could be a philosophy. Whatever you wish to dedicate today's practice to. It could be just being present in the moment,
cultivating gratitude, finding calm, finding peace, whatever you want to dedicate today's practice to, bring it to the forefront of your mind and try to keep it there throughout the practice. To help seal this intention, exhale all of your air. Inhale through your nose, fill up. And exhale, let it go. Release your hands down to your sides, flutter your eyes open. Toe heel your feet together, big toes to touch, tiny sliver of space between your heels. Inhale, mountain pose, with your arms up to the sky. Relax your shoulders down your back. Engage your quads, lift them up off your kneecaps. Tuck the tail one side, pull your navel in and down towards your spine. Draw your shoulders together and down your back. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, inhale. And exhale, side bend to the left. Try to gaze up at the sky. Draw your arm back by your ears so that you can look up underneath the arm at the sky. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Feel a stretch along your left side. Inhale, rise back up. Switch your grip. Exhale, side bend to the left. Draw your arm back by your ear. Gaze up high. Relax your shoulders down. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, rise back up. Release your grip. And then exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, hinge down towards the ground. So you want to have a nice, fairly straight legs, reach down towards the ground. It doesn't matter if your back is still fairly parallel to the ground or if your palms are on the ground. Find your depth in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Press your palms to your shins, just below the knees with straight arms. Parallel your back to the ground with your gaze directly down below your face. Draw your shoulders together and down your back. Inhale, lengthen your neck forward. Exhale, walk your hands forward to a high plank, top of a push-up. Spread your feet to hip-width distance. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down. Untuck the toes. Slide your hands back a bit so your fingertips are at nipple level. Press the tops of your feet into the earth. Engage your legs, lift your knees up. Inhale, baby cobra, use your low back to lift your chest up. Little to no weight in the hands, maybe float the hands above the ground. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. And exhale, lower. Inhale, press up to high plank. And exhale, down dog. Just shift up and back. Please note that the distance between your hands and feet in high plank is the exact same distance between your hands and feet in down dog. Come down to your knees for a second, just so I can quickly go over some vinyasa options. So a vinyasa, in this instance, is a quick connective series of postures to get back to downward facing dog. You can do the baby cobra that we just did. A couple other options you can do are chaturanga on the knees, or skip it altogether. So chaturanga is a high to mid plank, which you then follow up with upward facing dog and then back to downward facing dog. You can do that either the full version off the knees or a slightly modified version on the knees. So the modified version makes it a little bit easier and allows you to develop your upper body strength. So I'm just going to demonstrate first. So from halfway lift, you would come to the high plank, shift forward onto your tiptoes, and then lower halfway down. You bring your ribs to your elbows. So your wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. Hips and shoulders are still at the same height from the ground. Then inhale, upward facing dog. Take your shoulders over your wrists. Engage your legs, lift your knees up off the ground. Gaze forward, draw your shoulders back. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. So chaturanga on the knees is very similar. You come to high plank, shift forward, but then drop your knees down. Your toes can stay touching or lift them up. That's up to you. Lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, showing your heart forward. Lift the knees back up. And exhale, downward facing dog. And if you ever just want to skip it all together, just hold high plank for an in-breath, out-breath, in-breath, and then exhale, down dog. So several options. Play around with what you want to use today. Feel free to try chaturanga, try it on your knees, try the baby cobra, try skipping it. Whatever you feel like your body needs. So coming back to down dog, we're going to flow through 2 more rounds of sun salutation A. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel your back to the ground, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, sweep your arms up to the sky. You're going to grab your left wrist and exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, center, switch your grip. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center, release your grip. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel your spine to the ground. And exhale, I'm probably cueing chaturanga. So if you are taking baby cobra or skipping it, just flow with what you're using. So chaturanga, plant your palms, step back, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your heart forward, knees up off the ground. And then exhale, downward facing dog. One more time through. Inhale, look forward. You can step, you can hop, you can jump to the top of your mat, whatever version of traveling up to the mat you want to use. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain, sweep your arms up to the sky. Grab your left wrist, exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, center, switch your grip, exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, center, release your grip, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, chaturanga. You can step back, you can also hop back to chaturanga. If you choose to hop back, make sure to come into bent arms, rather than straight arms from the high plank. Then inhale, upward facing dog, lift the knees up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Alright, so that is our sun A. Moving on to sun B. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel your back to the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips back and down. Your weight is in your heels, squeeze your thighs together. Tuck the tailbone slightly with your torso angled about 45 degrees forward. Reach your biceps up by your ears. So create this lightning bolt shape with the body from the fingertips down to the hips, forward to the knees, and then down to the heels. Flip both your arms up by your ears, squeeze your thighs together, sink your hips back and down. Inhale, and then exhale, forward fold. Something to note, in chair pose, it doesn't matter if you're only coming down a couple of inches from basically a mountain pose, or if your thighs are parallel to the ground. It's still chair pose, so find your depth. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel back to the ground. Exhale, chaturanga, plant your palms, stretch back, lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine your heart forward, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Leave your left heel low, inhale your right leg up and back towards the top of the wall behind you. Nice straight leg, flex your toes from your face, drop your right hip down so your hips are still parallel to the ground. Engage your right glute, lift your right heel up a little bit higher. And then exhale, knee to nose. We're going to shift the shoulders over the wrist. Draw your knees, your right knee towards your nose, bring your chin to chest, curl the spine. Inhale, kick back. And then exhale, low lunge. So that is optional. It is a good way to do a little extra core work throughout the flow. Inhale, warrior two, wrist spiral open to the left side of the room. Stack your front knee over your front ankle. Parallel the back foot with the ground. Parallel your arms, parallel your back foot with the back of your mat. There we go. Parallel your arms to the ground. Fingers wide. Gaze over your front fingers. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, extend that angle, tilt forward and down. You can either bring forearm to the front thigh and reach your back arm up. You can also reach on the inside of the front arm to reach for the ground. So it's important to keep the core engaged and your spine fairly straight rather than curling down. You can tilt down, but try to keep the core mostly engaged. It's more important to reach for the sky than for the ground. Turn your gaze over your left shoulder, look up at the sky. Inhale, star pose, keep the gaze lifted. Straighten the legs, turn both feet out, heels in. Toes out, heels in. Engage your glutes, send your hips forward. Shine your heart up towards the sky, fingers wide, arms wide. And then exhale, horse, hands to heart center, sink your hips back and down. Your knees and toes should be going the same direction, about 45 degrees out from center. Hands on heart center, tuck the tailbone, shoulders over your hips. For this first round, we're gonna bring your hands to your inner thighs, straight arms. Lean forward a bit. Inhale, puff up the chest. Keep your arms straight and exhale, twist your shoulders to the front of the room. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the back of the room. Inhale, center. Exhale, front. Inhale, center. And exhale, back. Come back to horse pose. Hands to heart center, shoulders over hips. Hips low. Inhale, star. Shine your heart up towards the sky, straighten both legs, gaze up. And exhale, warrior to the front. We bend your front knee. Inhale, reverse warrior, float your front arm up and back. Your back arm can either slide down the outside of your back leg or wrap around the low spine for a half bind to reach your fingertips towards the front inner thigh.
Inhale. And exhale, tilt a little further back. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Cartwheel your hands down, reframe your front foot. Now, when you step back, you can keep the right foot lifted if you're taking chaturanga and lower halfway down for more core strength work. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your heart forward, tops your feet down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And out. Inhale your left leg up and back. Melt your right heel low. Drop your left hip in line with your right so your hips are square to the ground. Straighten the left leg. Flex your toes towards your face. Engage your left glute, lift your left heel a little bit higher. Exhale, low lunge. Knee to nose. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Draw your knee through your nose, curl the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, low lunge. Shift your foot between your hands. Again, the knee to nose is optional. Inhale, warrior two, spread the back heel down, blossom open to the right side of the room, shoulders over hips. I'm going to tuck the tailbone, engage your core, pull your navel in and down, shoulder blades together and down your back. Inhale. Exhale, extend side angle, tilt forward and down. Again, you have option for forearm to thigh, or reach on the inside of your front leg, reach your back arm up to the sky. Turn your gaze over your right shoulder, look up past your fingers at the sky. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, star pose. Toes out, heels in, straighten both legs. Shine your heart up towards the sky, arms wide, fingers wide. Exhale, horse, hands heart center. So this time, we're going to keep the hips low. So we're going to do some goddess arm sweeps. So we're going to reach the fingers down towards the earth, come out and up towards the sky, and then bring your hands back to heart center, but sink your hips a little bit deeper as you bring your hands down. Sweep down, up. Inhale, and exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Inhale, so down, out, and up. And exhale, hands to center, hips deepest yet. Inhale, star, straighten both legs, arms up, heart up. Exhale, warrior two to the front. Rebend your front leg. Inhale, reverse warrior. Again, option to either slide your back hand down your back leg or wrap your forearm around your low back with a half bind. Make sure your hips and shoulders are square to the right edge of your mat to guarantee a side stretch rather than a back bend. Inhale. And exhale, chaturanga, cartwheel down. Step your left foot back, maybe keep the left foot lifted as you lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing, shine your heart forward. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And out. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more times through sun B. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your mat, feet together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, sink your hips back and down, float your biceps up by your ears. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel your spine to the ground. And then exhale, chaturanga, plant your palms, step or hop back. Inhale, upward facing dog, shine your heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg up and back. Keep the legs straight, toes flexed towards your face. Exhale, option for knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two, spine open to the left side of the room. Front knee over front ankle. Exhale, extend side angle, tilt forward and down. Inhale, star, toes out, heels in. Straight legs. Exhale, horse. Bend the knees, sink the hips back and down. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Float your front arm up and back. Again, option for the half bind. And exhale, chaturanga, cartwheel down. Step back. Lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extend side angle, tilt forward and down, turn your gaze up high. Keep the gaze lifted. Inhale, star pose. Toes out, heels in. Exhale, horse. Find your deepest horse yet. Inhale, star. Straighten the legs, gaze up. Exhale, warrior two. Rebend your front knee. Inhale, reverse warrior. Float your front arm up and back. Exhale, chaturanga. Again, option to keep the left foot lifted, lower down. Inhale, upward facing.
Exhale, downward facing dog.
Take a deep breath in. And out. Inhale, look forward.
Exhale, chop up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, parallel your spine to the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend your knees, sink your hips back and down, biceps up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, planche palm, step or hop back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, low lunge. So we'll slow it down a bit again for a couple of other core strength options. Inhale, warrior two. And then exhale, extend side angle. So you have the option to float your bottom hand forward to parallel your arm to the ground. Palm is up, can't quite see in the frame. And then for this version, I recommend facing your top palm forward. So it's like you're holding a giant beach ball above your head. Take a deep breath in and out. Keep the front knee where it is. Inhale, inhale star pose. Haha. And then exhale horse. Inhale star. And then exhale warrior two. Rotate the palms up. Inhale reverse warrior. Again, option to keep the back arm parallel to the ground for more core work. Again, like you're holding a giant beach ball above your head. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, bring that beach ball down to the ground. Chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge, shift the foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Rotate the front arm forward, rotate the front hand up. Exhale, extend the side angle. Just keep the front arm reaching forward, tilt forward and down. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, star. Palms to the right side of the room, toes out, heels in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, star. Exhale, warrior to the front. Rotate the back palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Float your front arm up and back. Keep the back arm parallel to the ground. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, bring the beach ball down to your foot. Reach your left foot up and back, and exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. Coming down to your knees. Now note, the knee to nose, the lifted foot in chaturanga, the lifted arms in extended side angle and reverse warrior, those are all optional. So listen to your body. If it needs to do a little less, then don't do those. All right. Get a sip of water, maybe towel off, whatever you need to prepare yourself for the next section. All right, come back to downward facing dog. And palm step back. Come to your upside down V. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Or knee to nose, up to you. So from here, we're gonna, my brain just stalled, I apologize. Inhale, crescent lunge, check your shoulders over your hips, reach your arms up to the sky. Your front knee stays over your front ankle, back heel above the back ball mount. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward, square your hips to the front of the room. Now, this is the higher version of the kneeling crescent lunge. Now, if you need to bring the back knee down, please feel free. And if you need more padding, you can always fold the outside of the mat up underneath it, underneath your back knee, or take the folded up towel to place underneath your knee as well. If you want to come up into high crescent lunge, but you're feeling really pretty wobbly, walk your front foot out to the right a step or two to widen your stance. Reach the arms up high. Inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, tilt your torso forward. Exhale, revolve, crescent lunge, twisting towards the front leg. Hook your elbow on the outside of your front thigh. Create a straight line going from elbow through wrist to opposite elbow. press your top hand to the bottom hand and your elbow into your thigh to increase the twist. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. If you want to focus on the twist rather than the balance, bring the back knee down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, maybe look over your right shoulder up at the sky. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Inhale, look down at the ground. And then exhale, runner's lunge. Plant your palm to the inside of your right foot. Maybe scoot your back leg a bit. Drop the knee down. Feel free to stay here in your palms. Feel free to also come down to your forearms. Be it forearms to block or forearms to ground. Whichever variation you're in, let your head hang heavy. Option to nod your head yes. To shake your head no. To open and close your mouth, release your jaw. Option also for quad stretch. To come back into your palms, shift your weight to your left hand, reach your right hand behind you, bend your left knee and catch your foot to your hand, pull your heel towards your glute to stretch your left quad. If it's in your flexibility, maybe, while still doing the quad stretch, come down, back down to your forearm. Maybe. 2 breaths here. Gently release your left hand. Come back up to your palms, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, step back, high plank. So we're going to shift your heels to the left, shift your weight to your left hand, inhale your right hand up to the sky, side plank just for a moment. Drag your right leg up the mat about halfway. So you can feel free to come up on, I like to come up onto my fist for this, with the bottom hand, just protect my wrist. You can bring your right hand to your right thigh, and keep the left leg engaged, let your hips sink down towards the ground. Feel the stretch in the outer part of your hip, your TFL, your abductors, your side, the torso. Great stretch here. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale your hips back up towards the sky. Come to high plank. Optional chaturanga. Make your back to downward facing dog. Second side, inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, option for knee to nose, or just step your foot between your hands. Inhale, high crescent lunge, shoulders over hips, reach your arms up to the sky. Take your front knee over front ankle, close your back heel above the back ball mount. Again, you can bring the back knee down if you need. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward, square your hips to the front of the room. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, tilt your torso forward. Exhale, revolve, crescent lunge, twist towards your front leg, hook your elbow on the outside of your thigh. Once again, creating a straight line going from elbow to wrist opposite elbow. As you inhale, lengthen your heart forward. As you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Inhale, look down. Exhale, runner's lunge, punch more palms on the inside of your left foot. Maybe scoot the back leg back, set the back knee down if it isn't already. Feel free to stay on your palms or come down to your forearms, whatever you did on the other side. Take a moment to let your head hang heavy. Option to nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Open and close your mouth, release your jaw. Take another deep breath in. And out. If you took the quad stretch on the other side, come back up to your palms, shift your weight to your right hand. Reach your left hand behind you, bend your right knee, capture your foot into your left hand, and pull your heel towards your glute. Once again, if it is in your flexibility, feel free to come back down to your forearm on the right side. Be gentle. Remember, we're only going to the point of stretch, not to the point of pain. Pull your heel towards your glute until you feel a good stretch. Take another deep breath in and out. Release your foot. Bring your left hand back down. Come back up to your right palm if you weren't already. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knees, step back, high plank. Shift your heels to the right, shift your weight to your right hand. Briefly reach the left hand up and just slide your left foot halfway up the mat. So we're going to bring your left hand to your left thigh. Maybe come up onto the fist on the right hand. Keep the right leg engaged and exhale, horizon's lunge. Sink your hip down towards the earth. Feel stretching your right TFL, abductors, maybe your side.
Slow, deep breaths. Take another deep breath in. And out. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back up. High plank. Optional chaturanga. Or just make your way back to downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to get your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain. Sweep your arms up to the sky. And then exhale, hands to heart center. So this time, we're going to do some balancing work here. We're going to do tree pose. So first, look for something in front of you that does not move. This could be like a doorknob, a door hinge. It could be a spot on the wall. It could be a plant. Whatever that is in front of you that does not move. Bring your gaze to that. Do not take your gaze away from it. You're going to shift your weight to your left foot. Lift the right heel, bend the right knee, rotate the knee out to the right side of the room. Press your right heel against your left leg, ball of the foot on the ground. This is tree pose. Make sure to square your hips forward. Feel free to stay here. You have the option to also slide your foot up your calf or to your inner thigh. And you can also use your hand to assist your foot up to your inner thigh. You just want to don't put your foot on your knee to help protect the knee. The knee's meant to bend forward and back, not side to side. Press your foot into your leg as much as you're pressing your leg into your foot. Find this isometric hold. Hands in heart center. If you can find your balance here, you have the option to also grow your branches. So take an arm variation. This could be reaching out to the sides, reaching up, reaching one out to the side, one up. Could be taking prayer position behind the back. Whatever you think your body needs. Just a couple breaths here. One more deep breath in. And out. Inhale. And exhale, hands back to heart center. Inhale your right knee forward, and exhale, place your right foot back down to the ground. Maybe alternate bending your knees just to shake that out a little bit. Keep your hands at heart center. So now we're going to shift your weight to your right foot. Lift your left heel, bend your left knee, rotate your leg to the left. With the ball foot on the ground, slide your heel against your right leg. Remember, don't take your gaze away from your drishti, your focal point. Slide your foot up your calf or your inner thigh. It's okay if you need to assist it up with your hand. Avoid the knee. And this side might feel more wobbly than the other. A lot of people tend to have one side that's more easier to balance with than the other. Once you have found your balance, if you have found your balance, feel free to grow your branches, but this time, to take a different arm variation than you did on the other side. Slowly bring your hand back to heart center. Draw your left knee forward, and then reach your left foot down. Alright, so we're going to walk your feet out to shoulder width distance, and then rotate your feet out about 45 degrees. Hinge at the hips. Bring your hands down to something solid, and then bend the knees. Bring your hips down for frog pose. So, some of you might need to place a block or two under your hips. Find your depth. Bring your hands back to heart center with your elbows on just below the knees, kind of on both your calf and your thigh. Just gently press your knees apart. Just gonna stay here for a few moments. This hip opener. Feel free to stay here in the static frog pose. You can reach your left hand to the ground in front of you, reach your right arm up, First, let's bring your arms straight. Triceps
for upper arm area, just inside the thighs, fingers down on the ground. There we go. Inhale your right arm up to the sky. Twist towards the right, turn your gaze up past your right fingertips. And exhale down. Inhale left arm up and over. And exhale down. Inhale right. Option to bend the right arm around your low back, reach for your left inner thigh for a half bind. And forward. Reach your left arm up. Option for half bind. Wrap your arm around your low back to reach for your right inner thigh. And gently pull in your right leg with your fingers. And forward. Hands back to heart center. Just a little twisting there. Take a deep breath in. And out. Bring your hands back down to the ground. Step back, high plank. Inhale, hold. Exhale, down dog. Take a deep breath in. And out. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge. Step foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, settle. Straighten the front leg. So we're gonna bump your hips to the back of the room. So your front hip's gonna dip down a bit, back hip's gonna pop up a bit. Our arms parallel to the ground. Reach your arms as far forward towards the front of the room as much as you can. Reach, reach, reach. Keep your core straight and engaged as much as you can until you can't reach any further. Feel the stretch in your medial hamstring in the right leg. Then drop your front arm down, reach your back arm up. Turn your gaze up to the sky. Feel free to stay here. Feel free to also take a half bind. Reach your top hand around the low back, reach for your front inner thigh. Gently pull on the leg to increase the twist of your heart up towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen your chest long, your spine longer. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Release your bind, release your grip. Come back up. Rotate the front foot in. At least parallel your feet. If not, turn the toes in, heels out. Inhale, pop up the chest, arms wide. And then exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Prasarita Padmanasana. Grab successful. Calves, ankles, feet. Reach the biceps to gently pull yourself a little deeper. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, hinge a little bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge. Couple more breaths here. If by chance your head does reach the ground, shorten your stance between your feet. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your fingertips on the ground just up below your shoulders. Inhale, find halfway lift here. And then exhale, walk your hands to the top of your mat, low lunge. Step your right foot back, down dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale, low lunge, tip your foot between your hands. Inhale, warrior two, spraddle open to the right side of the room. Exhale, settle. Straighten the front leg. So again, we're gonna bump or sass your hips to the back of the room. Drop the front hip down, pop the back hip up. Reach your arms forward towards the front of the room. Keep the torso engaged and straight. Feel the stretch in your medial hamstring of your left leg. Until you can't reach any further, then drop the front arm down, reach the back arm up, and gaze up high. If you took the half bind to the other side, reach your top arm around your low back, reach for your front inner thigh. Gently pull on the arm, on the leg with your right arm, and gently press your left arm against your left thigh. Increase the twist of your heart up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in, and out. Inhale, and exhale, twist. Release your hand. Inhale, slowly come back up. Rotate the front foot in. So you have the option to do the same thing on the side. You also have the option to take a chest expansion. Either interlace your hands behind your back, or grab your strap, grab a towel, grab your shirt, and walk your hands together on that. Whatever variation you take, keep a micro bend in the elbows. If you're just interlacing your hands, try to keep your heels of your palms together. Inhale, pump up the chest. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita with chest expansion. So your fists up overhead. Feel the stretch in your anterior deltoid area, the front of your rotator cuff. Slow, deep breath in. And out. Inhale. And exhale. Release your hands. Place your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Inhale, find halfway lift here in this wide-legged forward fold. And then exhale, walk your hands to the front of your mat. Low lunge. And step your left foot back. Down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, have a seat. Center your legs out long in front of you. So we just did some stretching for the medial hamstring. Now we're going to do something for the lateral hamstring. So just quick note, difference between medial and lateral. So down the middle of your body is the midline. Anything that's closer to the midline is medial. Anything further away from the midline is lateral. So with your hamstrings, you have a medial a medial pair, there are two there, and a lateral one. So for a seated forward fold, you can do this either with or without a strap. If you're using the strap, loop the strap on the bottom of your feet, hold the strap in one hand, walk your hands forward on the strap until you're seated nice and tall. Those without a strap, just inhale the arms up, and exhale, hinge forward, both with a strap and without, hinge forward. If you're using the strap, just walk your hands further down the strap. For those without a strap, grab as accessible, calves, ankles, feet. Use your biceps to gently push yourself a little deeper. Try to keep your back fairly flat. Both ways, if you, inhale your heart towards your toes. As you exhale, hinge a little bit deeper, try to bring your belly closer to your thighs. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slowly rise up. And then come on down to the back. With your feet at the top of the mat. Come on down. Alright, bend your knees, bring your heels close to your glutes. You should be able to lightly graze your heels and your fingertips. No closer, no further. Feet, knees, hip width distance. Bring your upper arms by your sides, elbows just outside your ribs. Bend your elbows, point your fingertips up towards the sky. Find these little robot arms with 90-degree bends in your elbows. Fingers up towards the sky, palms towards one another. Exhale, all of your air. Inhale, bridge pose. Lift your hips up towards the sky. On the exhales, press your elbow and tricep into the ground to send your chest closer to your chin to create more curve in the thoracic spine. Inhale, hips a little higher. Exhale, press down a little bit more. Inhale, hips up. Exhale, press down. But draw your chin away from your chest. Inhale your heels up. Relax your arms down. Slowly bring the back down, one vertebra at a time. Of your torso, let the pelvis be the last thing to come down, and once your pelvis does reach the ground, let the heels come down. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh, let the right knee fall open. Grab your left hamstring with both hands, your right hand will reach between the legs, and gently pull your left knee towards your chest. Flex your right toes towards your right knee to protect your knee. If you get your knee close enough, you can also interlace your hands on your shin. For those who want a little bit more, you can roll forward, come to down dog. Reach the right leg up towards the sky, and then take half pigeon. Swing your right foot towards your left thumb. Lay your shin down on the mat. Try to parallel your shin to the top of your mat as much as you can. You can have the heel back by the hip if this is inaccessible. That's okay. It's still half pigeon. Walk the back leg back. Point the back toes towards the wall behind you. Inhale, puff up the chest. And then exhale, walk your hands forward. Bring your head down to something physical, be it a block. Your arms, your hands, the floor. Same stretch, this version just more intense. Feel free to stay on your back if you're taking the version on your back. Bring your awareness and your breath to the stretch on the outside of your right hip. Our best here. If you are in half pigeon, you do want to keep your hips parallel to the ground. Take another deep breath in and out. For those in half pigeon, walk your hands back towards your front shin. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, step back, down dog. For those in reclining pigeon, supine figure 4, just release both feet back down to the ground. For those in half pigeon, feel free to bring your right heel towards your right glute, open the hip, and draw circles in the air with your knee to bring some blood back into the hip. And then bring your right foot back down to the ground. Alright, those in supine, pigeon back on the ground. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Grab your right hamstring with both hands and pull your knee to your chest. For those doing half pigeon, float your left foot up towards the sky. Exhale, left foot towards your right thumb. Lay your shin down on the ground. Again, it's okay if your heel's back by your hip, or if your shin's parallel to the top of your mat. Anywhere in between, it's still half pigeon. Walk your back leg back a bit, and point your back toes towards the back wall. Inhale, puff up the chest. And then exhale, walk your hands forward, sleeping pigeon. Bring your forehead to something physical. Again, either blocks your arms or hands or the floor. Just slow, deep breaths. Just notice how this side is a little different than the other. Two more deep breaths. For those in supine pigeon, just bring both feet back into the ground. For those in half pigeon, walk your hands back towards your front shin. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Step back. Down dog. Maybe bend your knee, bring your heels towards your glute, open the hip, draw circles in the air with your knee. Bring some blood back into the hip. And then come back down dog. Everyone come on back down to your back. Alright, so bring your hands to the back of your thighs, up just below the knees, or behind the knees rather. Put your knees out and down towards your shoulders, and then float your feet up over your knees. Keep your sacrum down on the ground. If you can keep it there, you can reach your hands to your calves, your ankles with your arms inside the legs, or the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Any version of that, any grip that I just mentioned is still happy baby. The hands on the outsides of the feet is just more common. But if your body is too tight and your sacrum lifts up, come back to an earlier version. Option to rock side to side. Massage your back a little bit. And then curl up into the smallest ball you can. Wrap your forearms around your shins, forehead up towards your knees. Inhale, squeeze everything together nice and tight. And then exhale, Shavasana, let your legs come down, feet spread wide. Arms rest to your sides. Palms can either face up or down, that's up to you. Just close your eyes and breathe here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. You worked really hard for this past hour. Take these next few moments to just relax. For those who can't stay in Shavasana longer, please do. For those who do need to move on, so you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, roll out your ankles, roll out your wrists, draw your right ear to the mat, and then your left. Take a full body stretch with your fingers to the wall behind you, toes the wall in front of you. Then float your knees up over your hips and roll onto your right side for fetal position. Use your bottom bicep like a pillow. Try to keep your eyes closed. Use your hands to press yourself up to a seat to face the front. Bring your your hands together in front of your heart, thumbs against your sternum. Exhale all of your air. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Inhale your thumbs up to your forehead, connecting your heart to your mind. In honor of the practice and to each other, bow forward. Namaste. Alright everyone, thank you for joining me for class. I hope you enjoyed today's class. I hope these felt good on your hips and glutes. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, things that you liked, things that you didn't, please reach out to me. Either comment on the video or reach out to me directly. As usual, today is a donation-based class, suggested donation of $10. I will be posting my Venmo in the video in a little bit. If you don't use Venmo and still want to donate, please reach out to me. We can come up with another solution. If you don't have $10 to give, that's totally fine. I'm also doing private yoga lessons, so if you are new to yoga and want to really develop the basics, or if you're more practiced and you want to advance your practice even further, reach out to me and we can do an hour lesson. It's $30 for the hour, and come up with a flow for you based on your body and your capabilities. I will be doing this again on Friday, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon, Central Time throughout the rest of May. I hope you enjoyed today's class. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.